What's up, guys? What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Jammin with J Money. I want to say first off, man, I want to say prayers up for my guy Junior. You know what I'm saying? God, you know what I'm saying? He going through some stuff right now, man. So all prayers up to my guy Junior, Junior Brown. He won't be on the show today, obviously, but be myself, obviously J Money, my guy Jordan Sharp, and Tony, my guy Tony here. So what's up, Jordan? Everything good with you? How was your weekend? Today, Monday. We ready to get back to some money?
Yeah, man, I'm ready to get back into it. Didn't really do much yesterday, except I did have a really nice spot yesterday. As soon as I heard CJ McCollum was out, I smashed Damian Lillard's points over yesterday and hit a little nice 10-1 play on Alvin Kamara to score that first touchdown in that first playoff game yesterday as well. So we're feeling really good today, but not for pretty much any NBA spreads or totals yesterday. Completely stayed off of that direction, but had a couple of really nice hits yesterday. So very excited to handicap this Monday slate because yesterday and Saturday slate was a little light too. Just wasn't a whole lot that I liked over the weekend here, but there are a few spots that I am very intrigued by today that I told you before the show that I'm very excited to run by you and Tony today. So how about you guys? How about you, Tony? What you on today?
Yeah, we had a good night last night. Jay and I hit that nicely. The Timberwolves, I had first half and second half of that game, and then had a couple nice college plays. Went 6-3. Got another bowl game tonight. We're looking forward to. But yeah, we had a nice little night last night, didn't we, Jay?
Oh yeah, hell yeah, man! I maxed this shit out, man. I was all over. I can't say they made me walk out my house and go to my fucking car, man. I was pissed when they gave up that 25 point lead, man, and it was 97-96. I say, hell no, you better
Yeah.
fucking not. I mean, they went on like a 16-2 run after or something came to play, but it's tough when you're up by a lot and then you know what I'm saying, lose a lead or let the home, especially when you're away, you let the home team get the momentum. It's terrible. That's exactly the lowly Cavs who didn't have Love, or which we know Love was out, was actually a positive for the Cavs, but when it was said Thompson now, I say, yeah, they're not even trying to win this game. Porter went out. He gonna be Kevin Porter Jr. went out for he gonna be out for a couple of weeks, and you know what I'm saying, a little knee injury there. But yeah, it shouldn't have been that close. I mean, it shouldn't even. They was up by 25, man. It should have been a lot easier than that. But final score is the only thing that matters. Castell and really really nice, man. Yeah, yes, on Saturday. Just want to recap Saturday real quick. The Grizzlies put up 140 on the Clippers. Busting boys up there. We saw Clippers sleepwalk through some of these games. You know what I'm saying? Not really caring, and the Grizzlies really took it to them there. The Raptors went and smacked the Nets. I was on the Nets, and Nelwyn Jr. was on the Raptors. The Nets just absolutely fell apart there in the second half. Man, I couldn't believe it. Now they lost 5 straight games. They're in a total downspin. Man, the Jazz handled their business. Did what they do versus the Magic over there. That game went under. The Hawks upset the Pacers. We knew the Hawks didn't have Collins, didn't have Jabari Parker in that spot. You know what I'm saying? It was tough for and they came out was up like 18-8 real quick on the Pacers, man. We're gonna talk about it in a second. I don't know what the Pacers gonna do, man, but the Cavs obviously OKC took care of business over them real easily. The Wizards upset the Nuggets as 13-point underdogs with Dow Bradley Bill. That was pretty damn crazy. Beat them by 14. That was pretty crazy there. The Celtics beat the Bulls there. I was on the Hornets. It's the only one I made official on Saturday, man. Plus the 12, they beat my Mavs outright. I didn't think they was gonna win outright, man, overtime, but they did get the dub. A little home and home with the Spurs and Bucks there. The Bucks ended up getting the first win by 9. And so I told you, for some reason, it seems like Pop knows how to coach against Giannis or something, man. They always keep it close versus the Bucks. The Pistons beat up on the Warriors there, and the Pelicans got the dub versus the Kings. That was a large ass Saturday card, man, on the cool. And then yesterday, yeah, I was all over the Timberwolves, man. All over the Timberwolves. We smacked that one. Still pissed at the Suns. I was on Oregon State and Illinois, and if the Suns would came through, it would have been real nice. So obviously, I parlayed the picks, but Suns couldn't get it done. I thought it was going to be a letdown spot for the Grizzlies. They've been playing well. The Lakers, what another huge spread. They don't cover it once again. And then the Clippers barely get a win over there for the Knicks. I know that spread went up to 10 late, and that one they only win by 3. And the Heat, I missed out on money with the Heat, man. I know once Jimmy Butler was questioned, but then ruled out, I was like, oh, I want to stay off. Then CJ got ruled out. I'm like, damn, man, I should have hopped on it, but I missed out, man. That was the weekend, though. Let's ready to get to some money today, man. I know the first game on the cards when I was looking at the Pacers versus the Hornets here. The Pacers favored by 5. A little scared that a whole lot of money is on the Pacers. Hadn't budged, hadn't moved a bit whatsoever. I mean, as long as it ain't going the other way though, down to 4.5. But damn, it's like frozen. I know a lot of money coming in on the Pacers. Then you got Marvin Williams that's ruled out for the Hornets. They done won 2 straight games. I still think they're a bottom feeder team. I still don't, you know what I'm saying? Even off they win versus the Mavs. The Mavs just banged up right now. It could be a prime letdown spot. The Pacers coming off here off 2 straight losses here. I mean, Aaron Holiday he has to come to play, man, as a backup, you know what I'm saying, as the backup point guard coming in filling in for Brogdon. Come on, this is both of my Indiana guys here. I'm gonna let you go first, Jordan. What you got on this Indiana look, man? We know that Aaron Holiday has to come to play today. You think the Pacers get it done today, minus the 5?
Yeah, man, the Pacers scare the crap out of me today for a couple of reasons. One, I think the Hornets are, at home are a pretty competent team. At the same time, if McConnell doesn't play for the Pacers in this one, I'm really interested to see what Tony has to say about this one. But in my opinion, if McConnell can't play, that's really a red flag, I think, for me. And I might even lean towards fading the Pacers tonight and taking the 5 with Charlotte if that's the case. I know Aaron Holiday's great. He's been passing the ball very well when he's in the starting lineup. But their offense, I don't think, just runs as well with him in there as it does when McConnell or Brogdon are on the court. And if neither of those guys are available tonight, obviously Brogdon's already out. I think it's pretty bad news for Indiana. McConnell did practice yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. I did hear that he's probably still in some pain though, so it's really tough when you're the Pacers here. You're kind of trying to climb up the Eastern ladder, and every game, especially this one, is in a winnable situation. You want to get all your guys out there. So I think if McConnell plays, I would definitely lean towards the Pacers, but I'm probably going to stay away. If McConnell is in, and I may end up taking the points with Charlotte if he's out tonight, to be honest.
Exactly. Yeah, he's the backup point guard out there. That's what I was going to mention as well. Definitely need McConnell in there. He said that if he's, somewhat close to 100%, that he's going to come out there and try to give his team a win. But if he's not feeling healthy, then he's not going to be detrimental to the team. But I think he's going to. Off 2 straight losses, this is a circle the wagon spot, man. They can't. In my opinion, in the West over here, you can't afford to take this loss to the Hornets. In the first game that they lost versus the Hornets at the house, the Pacers were still up 35-20 after the first quarter. They just let the Hornets just come back to it. Then, not too long ago, they just went over there and smacked them. Obviously, it was at the house. They play a lot different. But still, the Pacers have shown that they're a much better team than them. It's like I say, without Marvin Williams for the Hornets really on a letdown spot. The Pacers, in the get right spot. I see why they're favored here, minus 5. I am leaning towards the Pacers. I can't tell you. I know it's scary. I know it is, but they've shown ample amount of times that they're better than twice already. They're better than the Hornets. They say their time at the house, like I say, 15-point lead, just let it go away, man. I think if they get that lead in this game, they're not fucking letting it go. What you thinking, Tony, in this spot? You laying the 5 with the Pacers here?
I am as of right now. I don't know if TJ McConnell's going to be in, and that's huge. Without Brogdon, that eliminates the pick and roll with Sabonis. It just eliminates so much of the offense that the Pacers do. Who's going to be the point guard on that second unit if McConnell's out? Are they going to look to Edmund Sumner, a guy who doesn't have a lot of experience? He's a two-way player, bounces back between Indianapolis and Fort Wayne. Jeremy Lamb returning to the Hornets, and that gives a little bit of an extra edge. He's going to have a chip on his shoulder. He's going to want to be able to put up buckets tonight. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting. The last time they played, which is, here in Indy, Bismack Biyombo and Cody Zeller both went for double-double. So Sabonis, as well as Goga Batadze off the bench, and Domantas Sabonis are going to have to keep those guys off the glass if they want to blow this team out. Minus 5, I am going to take it. I'll probably play the first half as well. Like you mentioned, the Pacers need a bounce-back win. They got a big game returning home on Wednesday against the Heat. Right in the thick of that 3, 4, 5, 6 seed. There's currently the 6 seed right now in the East. And these games where you got to take care of business and win, whether you're on the road or not, against a team that's not very good like the Hornets, you got to take care of business tonight, because this one game, and then take that momentum into the Heat game on Wednesday night, that's going to go a long way. You're chasing the Heat in the standings, and you just can't have losses to the teams like the Hawks on the road like they had Saturday night, despite the fact they were without Malcolm Brogdon. You've got to have wins against crappier teams in the Eastern Conference. That's what the Charlotte Hornets are. Eliminate what they do. Don't let guys come off the bench and blow you out like we saw the Pacers do last Thursday when Michael Porter Jr. went for a career high when the Nuggets came in and beat him. Take care of the glass. Knock down shots. If you get Warren and Lamb going early, you'll be able to facilitate things, get Sabonis working, get a big lead early, and never look back. I am going to take the Pacers in minus 5 tonight.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the way I'm looking as well, man. And I know that they came out they're very lethargic versus the Hawks. The Hawks can score some points though. I mean, obviously they couldn't guard Trey Young out there. He went for 42 points. The Hornets don't have a Trey. I mean, they do have a Devontae Graham, but I feel like I mean they got veteran. You got veteran wing players over there. We're defenders for the Pacers, like you say. You mentioned Lamb going back over there to Charlotte. I'm pretty sure he gonna want to get on Devontae Graham. Like, oh no, I'm not finna go back to my old team and take this L, and I'm definitely not finna let this young cat give me buckets. So the guard the 3-point line, Rozier, he's been playing a lot better lately, but he's not really that prolific shooter either. I mean, he likes to get in the hole, you know what I'm saying, get to the foul line. So I think that the Pacers match up well versus the Hornets, man. And like I said, McConnell is in here. I think this line definitely go up to 5.5, 6, man. If you like the Pacers, get on them now, man. If he's ruled out, I could see it moving. I mean, he's one of those players that might not even make the line move though, but I definitely think he's something like a Bogdanovich to the Kings, in my opinion, man. Let's get to the next game. I don't have a whole lot to say on it, but I can't say the net. I just got to talk about the Nets, man, because I know I've been shitting on them boys for a while now, man. Ever since they took on money versus the Timberwolves, and they've been playing absolutely terrible, man. Some games where I really think they could have won. They played a good first half versus the Raptors last game. Then this fourth quarter, it just absolutely got killed. We know Kenny Atkinson is a damn good coach. The Nets don't have too bad of a team. They had LeVert come back in the last game, but he's going to sit out in this one, so they could actually be good for him. We know how sometimes when a new player comes in, especially a ball handler, can throw everything off, rotations off. I was a bit surprised to see this line go up to 5.5 for the Magic, though. I can't say. People are forgetting they're still missing Isaac. They still don't have a prolific offense either. Both these teams' offense hadn't looked good lately. This could be a prime under spot. What you think about this one, Jordan? Or any quick thoughts on this one?
Yeah, just real quick, I'm staying away from this game. There's a lot of unknown, I think, for the Magic of how they're going to perform long term without John Isaac, and I think that actually does hurt their defense. So I think if there's one thing that I would scare me away from the under, it would be that. I think that we've talked about on the show before that I think he's more valuable to them on defense than he is for their offense, considering they have Terrence Ross. So that also scares me that the total is starting to creep upward as well. So I probably wouldn't touch the either side of this game for sure. I think, and the spread. The total intrigues me, but I'm just not there yet. I don't think the under is justifiable here just yet with a Magic team that you don't know what their defense is going to look like even at home here.
Exactly. My problem is the offense, man. Obviously, both these teams can you know what I'm saying, lack offense sometimes. Whichever one gets it going. I can't say though. The Magic, I'm not a big fan of. I don't know if they should be laying 5.5. I really don't, man. And I mean, I just think that. I think it should be a little less. I think they're getting a little bit too much respect in this spot. Even though I hate the Nets, at some point they're gonna break out of this slump. And I mean, teams get pissed off from losing. You know what I'm saying? The Nets they drop below 500. They're gonna want to get. It's not a terrible team. There's no real reason to tank or anything like that. You still want to come out here and get these wins. At some point, I mean. Obviously, the Nets could still lose, and they could still, you know what I'm saying, cover the spread. I'm not a fan of laying points with Orlando. Maybe home dog or something like that, a good defensive team, but asking them to win by margin, that's a whole different story there. What you thinking in this spot, Tony?
Yeah, this is my write-up today for sportsbookreview.com. I'm going to play the under of 211.5. The Nets have had a horrible time in the fourth quarter as of late. All the details are in this article that I wrote. Not a very good offense. Terrence Ross has scored 24 and 25 in his last two contests. I think he's going to be able to score tonight. But who's going to step up for the Nets? I mean, Dinwiddie's been scoring pretty well. But other than that, I mean, Joe Harris, very inconsistent. They're going to be without LeVert, who's resting tonight after coming back Saturday night and scoring 13 points in 16 minutes of action. My play tonight on this is going to be take the under, started at 211. It's at 211.5 right now. But like you said, I just don't see a lot of scoring going on in this game. The Nets have proven that they haven't been able to score, and so have the Magic. This could be a first to 100. If either team gets to 100, I would be surprised. I think the under is the play here of 211.5.
Exactly. I could definitely see that too. I could definitely see a defensive game. Both teams' offense tend to sputter. You could see a real good defensive game here, man. Definitely. Obviously, the Nets going to be coming to play some defense if they're tired of losing, man. So be interesting to see. I can't say as much as I hate the Nets, I am leaning towards. I mean, if they're pissed off from blowing their game versus the Raptors and getting their ass handed to, like, the final score didn't really show. I mean, the fourth quarter, they just got railroaded, man. It was terrible. See if they can bounce back here against a good defensive team in the Magic. But they hadn't been as great as they could be, in my opinion. Let's get to the next game, man. We got another head scratcher, man. Well, it's not really a head scratcher. I know why Philly's favored by 7.5, but I still think it's a lot of points. I mean, obviously OKC. You see these two teams trending in two total different directions. OKC has been absolutely red hot lately. Been playing really good defense. Their offense has actually been playing good as well. One little hidden factor here, a lot of people probably not noticing though, is Nerlens Noel is going to be out off the bench. He's good for a double-double pretty much any night off the bench. You know what I'm saying? Double-digit rebounds and points. So, you know what I'm saying? He's a lob threat. So, that's a little threat that's coming off the bench that they don't have. With OKC is 5-0 ATS straight up and it's 5-0 ATS straight up and ATS. So, last 5 games. So, the OKC been balling. What you think in this spot, Tony? You think it's too many points here? I can't say it. I was leaning towards OKC thinking it's too many points, but I know it is a get-right spot for the 76ers. I'm not putting my money on right now. They didn't lost 4. It's the exact opposite. They didn't lost 4 straight games. What you thinking in this spot, Tony?
Yeah, Philadelphia is a team that is very inconsistent so far. And OKC, the third game of a 4-game road swing. They've won the last 2. They've been playing a lot better than what we saw at the beginning of the year. I've won a lot of money on the Thunder so far this season. They've had a couple good comebacks. I think one was against the Knicks earlier in the season. 7.5 is just too tough of a number for me. I'm going to stay off of this one. I wouldn't be surprised if it went either way. Philadelphia very up and down, but Nerlens Noel, like you mentioned, that's a big miss. That's a lot on the defensive side that goes away. Philadelphia's been so damn good at home. They're 16-2 overall at home. OKC's been up and down on the road, but they're 12-5 on the road against the spread. So you might want to look into the plus 7.5 for OKC. A little bit too close to call for me, so I'm going to stay away.
Exactly. Yeah, it is pretty. Put like this, man. I know the Lions just keep going up. So it opened at 6, and then it was I know I saw it this morning at 76-7. It's up to 7.5 now. And I know that money is coming in OKC, and still it must be bigger dollars coming in on the 76ers. It wouldn't surprise me, and as much as I don't like the way the 76ers are formed right now, it wouldn't be a big surprise to see them going smack OKC, especially but I think even if Noel in, the spot says 76ers, and I'm a real big spot person, no matter what the numbers say, the spot can override any fucking thing. Don't be surprised, see the 76ers blow them out. I can't, it's tough for me to trust it, but obviously you look at the numbers, last 10, last 5, all that. It's going to say take OKC. One thing is scary, though. They were finna lose versus San Antonio. They had to dig deep, come back in the fourth quarter, second half to win that game. The first half wasn't look so good. Same thing versus the Mavs. The Mavs pretty much gave that game away from them. So some of these games from OKC, I mean, they just been playing throughout, rallying late. They didn't have a look ahead there in Cleveland. I know this is a pretty big game, man. Like you say, OKC is different on the road, man. I'm not taking OKC plus the points, even though I know it looks so right. I wouldn't surprise me to see the 76 blow them out. What you thinking, Jordan?
Yeah, I think you guys are onto something here. Yeah, the line movement is skeptical, is definitely, because I think at first glance you definitely lean towards the Thunder in this. I know I did when I first saw the line. But when I broke it down a little bit more, I actually think the better play maybe in the first half here. If you like Philly or you like OKC, I think it may be better in the first half here. But I think Philly's definitely the team you need to lean towards in that aspect. But the under in the first half is an even better play, I think, here at 109 and a hook. Philly still has the number one home first half defense in the league. They're giving up 97 points per 100 possessions in this spot, and that's what are they like? They only lost 2 home games, I think, so far. So I mean, they've been very, very good opening up home games with very good defense. And if their offense is clicking, even against the tough Thunder defense, who have been playing extremely well this season, and they match up pretty well with Philly too. I think that's another one of the reasons why I like the under here, because OKC is not a defense to be discounted in this spot either. Even on the road, I think they've been pretty consistent in bringing that defense. It's their offense, I think, that really underperforms on the road more than their defense. So I think all of that leads me to say that this is a first half where I think you could easily see one of the two teams, probably the Thunder, fall below 50 points in this one. I think 109.5 is just a few too many for this one. So it's going to be my first official play under 109.5 here in this one.
Exactly. And like I say, OKC is lately here on the road, they've been starting out kind of slow, letting these teams get to them. So if Philly has anything, if they want to try to save their season and circle the, you know what I'm saying, wagons in it, it'll be here in they should come out strong, man, the first quarter, first half. I hadn't been betting quarters and halves, but if I would, I mean, that's a damn good candidate today. The Sixers early, if I am going to like, I mean, because then obviously you ain't having to worry about laying that full game spread. OKC could come back, you know what I'm saying, second half, make a run like they usually do, have like they've been doing, could possibly even win it. But the thing that scares me about Philly, they don't really have a ton of shooters over there, especially knockdown shooters, or, you know what I'm saying, they missing a Redick for real. I don't know why they let him go. You got a lot of defensive players added over there. They lost a lot of offense. You asking for, Jason. You asking for Josh Richardson and Tobias Harris. You know what I'm saying? They hit a majority of threes. Even Horford hit some of your threes. So that's just asking too much, man. And I guess lately OKC has been playing better offensively than the 76ers. Like I say, they are bad. They 14-2 at the house. Tough to step in front of that. When they get going, they showed you they could beat the Bucks at the house. So I mean, some teams are they almost like a college team, and they totally different on the road, man. Let's get to the next game. You got the Celtics here versus the Wizards. Obviously, Kemba Walker gonna be out as well. Romeo Langford out. My big deal here is Beal gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? No, he stayed out the last game where they had an upset win. I don't like that the Wizards did win that game because they don't put together back-to-back efforts like that. Even though, even if they do it without Bill, then he'll come back next game and then they'll get smacked even with him when you're expecting them. You know what I'm saying? So they are getting points here. I was a little shocked to see the -9 over there when we knew that Kemba Walker's going to be out. But obviously, Mahimi and Bill questionable for the Wizards. We know they don't like to play any defense. They'd rather let you go and score so they can get the ball back and go and score as well. Be interesting to see here. I do think it's too many points, though. I can't say that I think it's too many points, but you definitely need Bill. I'm not betting on the Wizards without Bill, and you need Mahimi in there as well. What you thinking, Jordan?
Yeah, this is one where I'm leaning towards the under, but I think with a 9-game slate, you don't have to force anything. It's probably going to be the odd man out tonight. But at the same time, if Beal's out again, I think it does have some appeal. But once again, like we're at the point of the season where you're playing whether a guy's going to be in or out and locking in value, not knowing, like a player like Bradley Beal who could go off for 30 points if he plays full minutes in a game any given night, whether or not he's going to play on a tanking team, in a game that, they could probably lose either way, like you said. So it's just really tough for me to put money on this game. But I do think if Beal's out, I'll look towards the under. But that's really all I have on this one, I think.
Exactly. I like that. What you thinking, Tony? And that's why, Layla, if you're a true professional, man, you got to sit and wait. You got to wait. I don't know. I don't have a job. This is my job, so I do this shit all day. And when somebody's announced out and it's something that I'm already liking or I'm on the verge of, as soon as they're announced out, I'm on it. I'm fucking on it before they can even get it. That's how professionals do it, man. What you thinking in this spot, Tony?
Yeah, I'm kind of with Jordan there since there's a lot of other games and a lot of other options. I'm going to probably stay away from this. The trends just say to take the over as much as you can, especially when it comes to this Wizards team. 8-1 in their last 9 at home against a team with a winning record. 5-0 in the last 5 is the over. I would put a small play on the over, but more than likely, I'm just going to go ahead and stay the hell away from this thing just because, like you said, you don't know about Beal. Kemba's out, so Boston may have a hard time scoring. Just going to go ahead and kind of take this one conservatively and just stay away.
Exactly, and I will be on standby. Obviously, I don't like that Mahimi's quick. I definitely need him, but I thought everybody was good except for Bill. But if Bill's in. I'm gonna put something small and watch at the house plus the points without Kemba. I am because obviously I'm gonna be trying to catch it still with the 8.5, 9 range. It'll drop to probably 7 or something. Let's get to the next game, man. We got Denver versus Atlanta here. A lot of injuries. Well, I know overnight was a lot of injuries. Like Collins Hill's gonna play, Cam Reddish is gonna play. Jabari Parker, like he's doubtful. I saw somebody in the chat saying Jamal Murray's out. I hadn't seen that. From my understanding, everybody's pretty much a full go for the Nuggets here. We know this is a revenge spot as well. The Trae Young went off on this at the house. In Denver on them and beat them straight up. That was early in the season there before we realized how terrible the Hawks were. So it'll be interesting to see in this spot, man, if the Nuggets can get some revenge. I know me, I know the Hawks been playing well and they just had to upset the house, but I know that, but I'm still not looking to their revenge shit is something serious, man. And Nuggets, they already coming off a terrible loss versus the Wizards, who kind of sort of played the same way as the Hawks. Hawks probably have more weapons than them. Obviously, the first thing on their scouting point will have to be shut down Trae Young. Don't like this is the main thing with Denver. They hadn't been playing well in Atlanta whatsoever. Historically, they are bad in Atlanta. Atlanta, I think, has covered like 8 of the past 10 games versus them. So when you really look at it, it's not. You can see why Atlanta has been keeping them. I guess they just can't stop Trae Young, man. So it's tough when you look at the head-to-head stats. But I can't look at a way that it's a huge bounce back spot for the Nuggets. The price range isn't right though. I thought it was gonna be something lower than that, man. Maybe something around 5, man. I mean, shit. It's too high for me to take the Nuggets. It's just that simple. It's Nuggets or nothing for me. I'm not taking the home dog. I do think it could get ugly, but obviously you need the Nuggets to come to play. What you thinking on this game, Tony?
Yeah, it's probably going to be a stay away for me. I saw what Atlanta did Saturday night to my Pacers. They're not too bad at home. They're 9-7 against the spread, while the Nuggets are only 6-8 against the spread on the road. Trae Young is going to get his. Can other guys step up? Denver's just an up and down team. You don't know really what you're going to get. Are you going to get the team that was down big to the Pacers in the first half last Thursday? You're going to get the team that came back in the second half and won that game going away with Michael Porter Jr.
Exactly.
Scoring. Sometimes I just feel like, and I'm a big fan of the Joker, I just feel like some nights he really brings it. Other nights he's in foul trouble within the first 5 minutes and he just kind of has a half-assed attitude towards it. So, you're on the road. It's a road trip that you're about to wrap up. You might be looking ahead. So I'm simply going to stay away. Atlanta +7, maybe if it gets up to 8 would be a little bit intriguing for me. But as of right now, I just don't know what I'm going to get out of the Nuggets. I know I'm going to get a lot of scoring out of Trae Young, but if they were to somehow slow him down, which has been hard for teams to do this year, they would definitely be able to cover that 7.5, but I don't trust that they're going to do that. So again, this will be back-to-back stayaways from me. I just don't have enough on either end to be confident in my bet.
Exactly, and it was at 8.5. Only reason why it came down to 7.5 is because Collins and Reddish are probable now. That's the reason why it went back down. So it's kind of interesting to see. They didn't play the last game, went outright. Now they're playing, and now they got it at the odds makers got it at 7.5. It's great. I can't tell you, the Nuggets one of the deepest teams in the league, man. I just don't like that. Sometimes they just don't come to play, man. I don't like that. I really don't. But up and down their roster, they can compete with any fucking team in this league. I'm telling you, if they play to their potential. Obviously, still don't have a true point guard, but Nuggets are a very deep team. And I mean, when they turn it on, I'm telling you, man, look, they can smack any team by 30. I mean, you got teams like, you got dark horses like Porter Jr. Compton. I mean, come on, bro. These boys, I've been knowing about them. The people didn't know, but we'll see tonight, man. It's a lean, but I might. It's too many points. I can't tell you that. They expect them to win by 10 points, man. Fuck. I mean, it's gonna be tough. What you thinking on this game, Jordan? If you have any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, real quick. I mean, I think for me it would be Atlanta or nothing if I did make a play on this game. But once again, I think that Collins coming back is huge. I suspect it to be worth more than a point here. What we've seen the line move here so far. So yeah, I think the Hawks are just they have a lot of options now with Collins back of how they can work their front court, even with Jabari Parker looking like he's not going to play tonight. So I would imagine that gives Denver some trouble, a team that plays big most of the time with their best lineup of Jokic in at the center position. So a lot of things going on in this game where it has me looking towards Atlanta. I don't think I'm there yet. But yeah, I think that would be the side I'd play in this one. Also, I wanted to mention real quick something I forgot to mention in the previous game about Washington and Boston. I know that they just waived Jonathan Williams, and Davis Bertans has been practicing from what I hear. So there may be a chance that Bertans comes back in this game, so that could also give some juice towards the Wizards if that happens. But yeah, for Denver, Atlanta, probably going to be a stay away for spot for me nonetheless.
Boy, Bertans, I better not be sitting at the spot and Bertans and Bill get ruled in versus themselves. I bet not. and I know they got it at 9, right? Even though it tipped down to 8.5, they like say I know they got it over there at 9 right now. Everybody probably still taking the Celtics. Some of the public don't even look at the injury reports. They don't even know. They see the Wizards terrible. They see Celtics good record. Oh, this is gonna be easy. Okay. I ain't saying it, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be, but hey, Bertans but not get ruled in that motherfucker. We'll talk about it though. The Jazz versus the Pelicans, man. We got Jazz versus the Pelicans. Big thing to me, Drew Holiday was questionable here with a little elbow injury. Not sure if he's gonna play. If he does, he won't be at 100%. Jazz been absolutely rolling right now. They absolutely rolling. 1-9 of the last 10, covered their past 7 games. I'm not stepping in front of them. I'm telling you that right now. Home dog, New Orleans, they've been playing well. They covered the 5 of their last 6 as well. Still coming off a little 2-game road trip. Big game versus a back-to-back road trip as well. Big game versus the Lakers. Obviously, you know what I'm saying, lose that one, get the win for me, but they take the L. Then back-to-back go and get the win, close win versus the Kings. Them, they'll let the Kings come back and win. They'll win. Now they go back to the house and facing Jazz. I'm not saying you don't step in front of shit, man, in front of what the Jazz are doing right now. I know they on the road. They don't play the same. It's the last game of a 3rd-game road trip. I'm not stepping in front of, man. It's a short number. So it's Drew Holiday out. You're gonna be missing a lot right there as well. What you thinking in this spot, Jordan? You got to play on this game. I know I'm not stepping in front of the Jazz.
Yeah, I'm not touching the sides though. That's for sure. I think with the holiday news, that scares me off of any value that could have been there for New Orleans. And like you just pretty adequately put, the Utah Jazz offense is actually playing lights out right now. So that's two areas I'm staying away from. However, I'm going to parlay that into a little play. I think in the first half total, which is very tiny for whatever reason. It's going the opposite direction of what I think it should be going. After opening at 108.5, you can get it at 106.5 now at some shops, and I think that's actually a pretty good overplay. Like you said, the Jazz on the third game of a road trip could be tired. Probably not taking this Pelicans team ultra seriously, although they've been playing a lot better recently. So that I think that only helps the offensive side of this thing. Whereas the Pelicans defense, I still don't think is going to be able to slow down this Jazz offense, which has too many dynamic looks in the starting lineup right now, and it's just way too big and athletic for them in the front court. I could see a lot of early points in this one. It may even out. I know that the full game total's been going down, but I think there's value in the first half over just because the Pelicans still play at one of the fastest first half paces in the league. I think they're sitting up at almost 106 in the first half, and I think they're even faster than that at home. We've seen this time and again from them in home games this year where they force the opposing team, who probably plays a lot slower than them, almost always plays a lot slower than them, to play up and pace early in the game. And I think that's going to mean points until the Jazz figure out their defense in this one. So I'm going to go over 106.5 in the first half. That's my second play for today.
I like it. I like it. What you got in this spot, Tony? You got to play on the side, or you got to play on the total in this game?
I'm definitely taking the Jazz at -3. Like you mentioned, they've been hot right until you bucks you. The starting five, the bench, I mean, Ingles, Boyan, Donovan Mitchell's probably going to have a big night tonight. As long as you can keep Brandon Ingram at bay, which seems to be the key to blowing out the Pelicans, is keeping Brandon Ingram at bay. I do like what Jordan mentioned about the first half. I've watched this Pelican team multiple times in the first quarter, give up huge points, score 26, 28, 30 points in that first quarter. My problem with that is I don't believe in the Pelicans against a decent Jazz defense and go bear down low to put together two consistent quarters. I don't think they're going to give a lot of points. I like the first half or the first quarter play of the over there. And that could translate into the second quarter because we know the Jazz are going to be able to score a lot of points. The over-under 223, I'm going to stay away from that, but I definitely am going to go ahead and take the Jazz tonight -3 as an official play. They're hot right now, as you mentioned, and I think that they can get a quick win tonight against the Pelicans, blow them out, and get back home. And this Jazz team, like you mentioned, 9-1 over the last 10 overall, 8-2 against the spread. They're a decent road team. They're right around 500 against the spread and straight up. So I'm definitely going to take the Jazz. I think there's just too much offensive firepower for the Pelicans to be able to keep up. And this is a game that can be won by the Jazz, pulled away here in the fourth quarter. It might be close in that first half. A lot of scoring, not a lot of defense, as Jordan mentioned. A lot of pace that we'll see in that first half. But I think it'll slow down. The Jazz defense will take over, like we saw it the other night against the Bulls. I'll take the Jazz -3 in this one.
Exactly. I like it. I like it. Yamahimi did just get listed available to play. Laurie Markin, we're going to talk about this Bulls and Dallas game real quick. Laurie Markin it just got upgraded to questionable now. He was doubtful. We were thinking that Markin was going to be out for the Bulls. Now he's questionable. Looks like Giannis is listed available to play and George Hill as well. That's no surprise to me. I was pretty sure about those. But yeah, we only got 3 more games left. We're going to get to them real quick. We got the Bulls versus the Mavs. Excuse me here. Bulls versus Mavs. Like I said, I went against a Mavs team last game. It'll be interesting to see if they get Hardaway Jr. back here tonight. That's going to be a big deal to me. He's kind of a big deal to the offense. Like I say, I know that I faded him against the Hornets. The Hornets was getting 12. I was just like, I got to take that 12, man. Luka don't look right now. And now you see this game. It's they're coming off a loss at the house, obviously, but it's a 9.5, even at the 8.5. Now, let me tell you, it went up from 8.5 to 9.5. I'm telling you, when marketing was listed doubtful. Now him questionable, you're probably gonna see it come back down to 8.5 just because it's an upgrade. Now it's a chance that he might play. It's not doubtful anymore. So, and I still think it's too many points for my Mavs. They're just not playing the same way right now. Luka's not playing the same right now. I think they'll win, but I'm not sure if they'll win by margin. The Bulls have been going downhill a little bit lately. The last 3, obviously, they've been playing some good teams. Even versus we just played the Bucks and the Celtics at the house. So it'll be interesting to see here. Can they keep it close on the road? I can't tell you guys though, man. I do think it's a little bit too many points. I mean, right now, I just don't think that the Mavs look right. Obviously, they're still without Porzingis right now. They're missing one of their superstars out there, man. They are. So, like I say, if Hardaway Jr. is out again, I'm gonna have to put some against my Mavs once again, man. Because the way they look versus the Hornets and even taking the overtime, I mean, they should have won that game, man. They should have. They don't don't look good right now. I don't know why the hell they was laying 12 in that game. I was all over it. What you got in this game, Tony? Or you got to play on the Bulls versus Mavs?
Yeah, I really like the Bulls plus 9.5. They're a decent team on the road against the spread. They're 9-7. The Mavericks have a hard time covering at home as well. At 7-11 record at home against the spread. Like you said, I don't think Hardaway's going to play tonight. Porzingis is already out. That kind of puts a damper on what we can see with Luka. It puts a lot of pressure on him to probably overperform and get buckets. I mean, can Dorian Finney-Smith step up? I mean, I like the Bulls. If Markkanen plays, I like him even more. I think this is the game we could see Zach LaVine go off on. The Bulls are a sneaky, okay team against the spread. I do like the Bulls tonight getting that 9.5 points. I don't think this game's going to be a blowout. The Mavericks haven't really proved that they can blow out teams so far this year, especially at home. 22-13 record overall, but when you look at the spread, you look at the way they play at home, I just don't see them blowing out the Bulls tonight. I do like Chicago plus 9.5. I'll definitely like it and probably maybe even push the line a little bit more and take them plus 10.
Exactly. Yeah, and if Hardaway Jr.'s out, that's gonna be big. Yeah, the Mavs are 0-5 ATS last 5 home games. The Bulls are 7-1 ATS last 8 games as a road dog. So they've been covering as road dogs. The Mavs haven't been covering really the spread at the house. I don't like that they coming off that terrible OT loss versus the Hornets. They're gonna be pissed here, but Luka's gonna have to show me that he's the old Luka before I can put my money on, especially in this price range, because they still pricing the Magic. I mean, they still pricing the Mavs right now like Luka's old Luka, like he's finna go off for 30, 40 point triple double. And right now he's looking banged up. I'm telling you, he's not 100% right now. I definitely think he's forcing to play because we know Porzingis still out. They don't want both of the superstars out. Then we really gonna be taking L's. So I think that 9.5, 10 is too many points. It's probably finna come back down though with Markkanen being upgraded to question, because it's definitely leaning towards probable now. We get my guy Jordan. Do you have anything to say about this game?
Yeah, I just wanted to tack onto what you guys said. I'm kind of in the same spot right now, and I know we preface a lot of the stuff today with if this guy is in or out, but I mean, welcome to NBA betting in January. But yeah, if Tim Hardaway Jr. is out, I think this is a bull spot. I think you could take the points here. I'm a little worried though, because I've just watched this team play so well in the first half of so many road games and home games for that matter, and just absolutely blow it in the second half to better teams with superstar players. And I know the Mavs are banged up, and if Tim Hardaway's out, that has a lot of firepower missing with him and Porzingis out. But I think the first half for the Bulls here at plus 5.5 is actually a little bit of a better number than the full game spread here, because they just tend to play really, really good in the first half. They're third in the league in first half defense. They seem to put all their defensive energy in the first half and then just absolutely lose their legs in the fourth quarter in games that I've seen them, especially on the road. So I think that 5.5 in the first half is a better play than the 9.5, but I don't mind either at all, especially if Tim Hardaway's out for the Mavs.
Exactly, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm looking at this under at this one, man. I seen it go all over the place. Open at 217. I saw it dip down to 216.5. Then that was last night. Then this morning, I was gonna see some public money. It was up to 218, back down to 217 now. I can't say, especially the way the Mavs been playing, Luka hasn't been that prolific on offense. They actually been trying to turn to their defense, and I'm glad that last game it looks like it went over. It went to overtime. You look at it, they scored 37 points in overtime or 32 points, some shit like that. They put like this. If it wasn't for overtime, that game would have went under, man. I like when it has, because it's gonna shade the next total up a little bit or make it like, oh, they scored. Ooh, no, that game should have went. It was a dead under game. End up going to overtime, which shouldn't. The Mavs should have won in regulation, but they didn't. I'm definitely, the Bulls been playing some good defense. We know that they're gonna be living on LaVine's back. If he's having an off night, the Bulls, that's the only thing that's scary. They can get blown out. Obviously, he's their best player by far. He's one of their main offensive guys. Kobe White hadn't really been, that prolific, hitting all those threes like he was earlier in the year. He's not really that much of a threat off the bench. Their bench don't really have a whole lot of scoring. They got to do it with defense. I see both teams doing with defense. I like the under in this spot, man. I'm going to see if it, obviously I need to, and the reason why we say this is with these players, because if a player is in or out, trust me, it makes a difference. It may, with the total, with the side, all that. And Hardaway is a big deal just offensively for the Mavs. If he's in, then I won't really be liking the under so much, and might even be liking the Mavs. But if he's out, I'm definitely going to be taking the Bulls. If I'm getting somewhere around the 9, I'm definitely going to be taking them. I'm definitely going to be hopping on the under even bigger, though. That's for them facts right there. That's why I be tweeting y'all out the fantasy labs, the players, because when shit be coming out and I'm on it, I'm just letting y'all know, hey, look, this so and so out. Woo, woo, you know what I'm saying? Hey, follow us on Twitter. We got 521 in the chat, man. Y'all hit the like button. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Marketing didn't participate in shooting around. Still a game time decision. We got 2 more games, man. We got a home and home here, man. We got a home and home here. I usually always go with the home team that just lost the away team. It's tough when it's the Bucks, though. When you're going against the Bucks, I can't say it would have been nice. What they announced Giannis out. So I mean, you ain't getting that shit. Pat Connaughton is out though. You're gonna get DeJounte Murray back in his spot versus Spurs. I say they just played the Bucks tough here in the last game. Immediate revenge, home and home. I usually always take the home dog here, man. Always. You saw it go from 7.5 to 7. A lot of money gonna be on the Bucks here, man. I'm telling you, it's the Spurs or nothing for me. It's just something I do. I made a lot of money with this shit last year. Been doing it this year as well. Home and home, and we hadn't got to too many of them this year. Home and home spot. Whoever lost the first game, you take them in the second game. In this one, obviously with the Bucks, it might even be better because you're getting 7. The next time you ain't gonna get 7, 7.5. Any other team is gonna be somewhere around pick them -1, even if they're not the better team. But when it's the Bucks, then they'll still be giving 7, 7.5 in a row. I can only take the Spurs here. I'm telling you guys, and the Pop seems like he, you know what I'm saying, he know how to coach. Obviously, the coach for the Bucks is a disciple of Pop. The Spurs then covered the past 3 meetings versus the Bucks. It's like maybe they know. So what is what's his name? I can't fucking say it right now. Say it. What's his name, Jordan? You know what I'm trying. Budenholzer, right? Some shit like that.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, Budenholzer.
What is it, Jordan? Budenholzer. That's a crazy ass name, man. What you got? That's why I couldn't think of. I should thought it was Booty, and it should have came in. But the Spurs, they didn't keep up with the Bucks here lately, man. It's crazy to say, but I'm leaning towards the Spurs here, home dog, home and home. I'm not taking the Bucks here. I'm telling you, somewhere NBA. If y'all want to know, the NBA J, Revenge J, all that shit. I'm telling you, home and home. If you take the second one, it's profitable over time, man. What you thinking in this spot, Jordan?
Yeah, I think you're on something there. I think it's probably one I'm going to stay away from, even though I did hit a prop on Eric Bledsoe 2 games, or their last game against one another, on his points, rebounds, and assists, and he's been slowly seeing some more his minutes increased. I may do that again. It's up 2 points to 220 or 22.5 points, rebounds, and assists tonight for him. But the problem with that is, and something we have to also, I think, what leans towards your Spurs play here, is that DeJounte Murray did not play in that first game. And now he is back tonight. He is big for this offense, both on big for their defense too. Honestly, he's probably a better defender than he is for their offense. But that's huge for the Spurs in this one. So yeah, you might be talking me into the Spurs here, taking points at home. I don't know, man. 7 is a ton of points for a team you just played. You know, like, this is the NBA here, folks. Like, it's not like the Spurs are. I know they're not as good this year, but they're definitely still a very good basketball team at home, and you can't discount that, I don't think. So I have definitely leaned towards the Spurs. I don't know if I'm going to get there yet, but I'll let you know if I do, Jay. I might tell you on that one.
Yeah, I'm putting something on it. I'm putting something on the Spurs. I got to home and home. I have to, because I still got money from last year that shit was cashing me. It's gonna be profitable in long term. I'm doing it every single time this year. I guarantee you it cash over 65%. I guarantee you this shit. And the lines makers know it, but they won't do it versus the Bucks. Real quick, what you got on this one, Tony? You riding with the Spurs with me?
It's a stay away for me, out of respect for Greg Popovich. I think that they can, at home, like you said, that home and home they just played, they can cover the spread. But again, with Giannis and George Hill, the way George Hill's been shooting the 3, he's back in San Antonio. He loves to stick it to his old coach, Greg Popovich, even though they're still really good friends. I just don't trust the Spurs to wear down late in this game when you got old asses out there like Rudy Gay and LaMarcus Aldridge. Just kind of makes me want to stay away, just because I kind of respect both sides on this. It is. There may be a bad taste in the Spurs' mouth. As you mentioned, it's been profitable home and home. I'm going to go ahead and just simply stay away for the respect of Greg Popovich, but also knowing that Giannis has the ability to take over, and who's going to be able to stop him? Eric Bledsoe, as Jordan mentioned, is back. He's been playing pretty decent as of late. They've got a lot of weapons. Their bench is really good. I'm just simply going to go ahead and stay away from this game because I can make an argument on both sides.
Exactly. I can understand that. Real quick, Jordan, anything on Golden State and Sacramento, and recap your plays today, please. No Draymond Green for the Warriors.
Yeah, that's one that I think I'm staying away from that last game. There's too many injuries, and the Kings, I just don't trust them as double-digit favorites in that one. But I'll recap my plays real quick. I got Bulls plus 5.5 first half, over 106.5 between Utah and New Orleans in the first half, and Thunder and Sixers under 109.5 in the first half.
I love it, Jordan. I love it. Them sound like some damn good plays there, man. Y'all ride with my guy and follow him on Twitter at Jordan Sharp. Or no, you see it right there on the what's called. You know what I'm saying? T Sharp, man. What's up, Tony? Recap your plays, and do you have anything on Golden State versus Sacramento? Sacramento landed a shitload of points, man. I know it's no Draymond, but damn, man.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking. I am going to take the Warriors here plus 10.5. I'm so pissed off at the Kings and the way that they blew that game with the Pelicans on Saturday night. It lost me a lot of money. Probably my fault for live betting a shitty team while drinking alcohol. But still, at the end of the day, I can't stand them. Sorry, Holmes. Sorry, that whole team. I'm going to go with the Warriors, even without Draymond Green. That's a lot of points. Warriors, they're okay, and I just like Jordan said, I can't trust Sacramento, so I am going to play the Warriors plus 10.5. That is a boat ton of points. Got to take the Pacers -5. I'm going to go under of 211 with Brooklyn and Orlando tonight, and I'm laying Jazz -3 and taking Bulls plus 9.5.
Man, I sure appreciate it. Man, we got 544 here watching live, man. It's most we have all year. That's way more than had last year on the show, man. Just absolutely kidding. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Y'all hit the like button. We're gonna try to cash some more tickets. I like the Pacers too, man. -5. Obviously, I can't say I'm waiting on to see if TJ McConnell is in there before I smash it. I don't bet the way I smash shit, man. And before I bet the Pacers, I need to make sure McConnell's in there. And if it's still somewhere around that 5.5, I'm on them. You better believe it. We leaning towards the Pacers. Waiting on one key injury. I'm not touching that 76ers OKC. Don't be surprised though. 76ers busted, especially come out in that first quarter and first half. Really like it. Yamahimi is ruled in. Need to see what's up with Bill now. Need to see what's up with Bill. Maybe even Bertans, but still ain't real. But need Bill, and I'm probably hopping on Washington there plus the 8.5, plus the 9. Less on Spurs plus the 7, plus 7.5. Might even can get 8. Might wait. A lot of public gonna be on the Bucks. They don't care. No home and home. They see the Bucks. Must be a team. I'm taking the home dog. I think they live to win this game. Don't be a bit surprised. Y'all know what they call me. J Money is money. Leche. A Los Bookmakers.